Hi, welcome to TOSH Pilates online video library. I'm Sarah, and we've been focusing on the 5 basic principles of Pilates. These principles are helping us work the correct muscles, working them efficiently, and preventing any injury. So today's focus will be on shoulder movement and stability. This is the first of 2 videos that we'll do focusing on this. So we'll try we'll feel the range, get some small movements going on, and then we'll start to move into some exercises that you're probably more familiar with and apply what we learned in our smaller exercises to those. So with that, let's just go ahead and stay seated. Okay, find a comfortable way to sit. You can sit down, cross-legged, you can sit in a chair, whatever feels best for you here. With that said, sitting nice and tall and bringing your arms straight in front of you. We're going to do some protraction and retraction. And I'm actually going to give you the side view. So, arms long in front of you. You don't have to think too much about the shoulders quite yet, just finding arms long. From here, I want you to reach your fingertips forward like you're trying to touch the wall in front of you, and as you do, you feel those shoulder blades sliding apart. Okay, I'm not sure how much you can see on the video, but hopefully you can see my shoulder blades sliding apart. You feel like very rounded in your chest, kind of contracted. From here, you're sliding back to kind of where you started, and then we'll do that again. Reaching the arms forward. Reach, 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 and sliding them back to where we started. So this movement is called protraction with your shoulder blades. Yeah, oftentimes we're talking about shoulders. We often just think about right here, but we're talking about these wings on our back. So reaching forward, protracting, sliding them back to where we started. Let's just do one more like that. Reach, slide them back. Now this time we're going to retract. So squeeze your shoulder blades together like you're trying to kiss them together, and then slide them back. Now what I don't want to see when you do this, or what I don't want you to feel, is I don't want your arms to open a ton as you do this. I want you to try to keep those arms in the same plane, right? So we're just gliding to squeeze shoulder blades together. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And back to where we started. This is our retraction. Okay, let's do one more there. Good, okay, and relax your arms down. So that's our protraction and retraction, and depending on where your shoulders are normally in space, you might have a little more range or mobility in one direction or the other, and that's pretty normal. So I feel like I can get a lot of mobility in my retraction and not a ton of my protraction because I'm already a little protracted. Okay, we've got our elevation and depression now. So hands just down by your sides, and all you're going to do is shrug your shoulders up towards your ears, and then go back to where you started. Shrug them up, and then just try to control them back to where you started. Rather than that last time I kind of just let them go, I want you to control them down. Yeah, so shrugging your shoulders, that's elevating your shoulders, and down. Okay, now let's go back to where we started. Now we're going to depress the shoulders, which I'm sure you can guess is pressing your shoulders down. Now, just like I was saying before, how you might have more range in one way than the other, same idea here. I'm already my shoulders are already a little depressed, so I don't get as much movement down. You're probably barely seeing anything at all. Pressing down. Maybe you're feeling the same thing as me. Okay. And just roll the shoulders out, forget about them for a second. Don't forget about them, but, relax. So, with that, we found the ranges that our shoulder can move. It's a lot of range, right? Our shoulders can go up and down, forward and back. It's our most mobile joint, so it's very important to find stability for that joint, which we're going to practice as well. So what we're first going to practice with is push-ups. Okay, so we're just going to come onto our hands and our knees. If you need any padding for your knees, feel free to grab them. So before we go into a push-up, all I want to do, let's have those rests right under your shoulders. We're just going to protract and retract here. So let's retract first. So you're going to squeeze your shoulder blades together. You feel your chest kind of fall towards the ground. And then go back to where you started. Yep, retract, go back to where you started. Let's do that one more time. So maybe it feels a little different now that we've got some weight to it. And now let's protract, pressing your hands down into the ground like you're trying to press the floor away from you. And you feel kind of the front of your body, the front of your shoulders and your pecs fire up a little. Yeah, so just those shoulders moving on the back. I'm not arching my back, I'm not rounding. It might look like I am a little, but I'm really just moving my shoulders. Okay, so now from here, find a spot in the middle of those two ranges, right? So that's gonna be your neutral. Right here, we're gonna do a push-up. Not a very hard push-up, we're stacked. My knees are under my hips, my hands are under my wrists. You're gonna bend your elbows down and then press them up. Inhale to bend and exhale to press. Now what I want you to focus on is you're only bending as much as you can without letting your shoulders collapse into retraction. So it's probably gonna feel pretty easy to do that. They might move the tiniest bit, but a lot of times what we see is the second our elbows bend, our shoulders want to collapse. I want you to find good stability there. Okay, so that's what we want to focus on. We're going to amp it up a little bit more now, right? So let's slide our knees back a little, a modified push-up position. My hands are still under my shoulders, but my knees are going to walk back a bit, and I'm going to press my hips forward. My glutes are squeezing, my abs are engaged. Give yourself a little protraction and retraction here. Yeah? Now find somewhere in the middle. Now we're trying to keep that stability as best we can. My elbows, I should have said this before, but they're going on about a 45-degree angle out to this side. Yeah? So only going as far as you can without letting your shoulder blades collapse. And even as we push up, we don't want to feel that. Sometimes we get that protraction happening too. We're staying as neutral as we can the whole time. Bending and pressing. Let's do one more there. Okay, relax for a moment. Now, if you got to that version and you just kept feeling those shoulders collapse, 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 go back to when we were on our hands and knees. Practice your push-ups there first. I know it sounds crazy and it's like, well, that doesn't feel like a hard push-up. You're gonna train those stabilizers what to do to when you do make it harder, right? We're preventing injury, we're using our muscles more efficiently. So if you did that modified version, awesome, and your shoulders are staying stable, you could try a full version. Let's see how many of these I can do. So hands are under your shoulders, our legs are gonna lengthen long behind us. You could do a little protraction and retraction. It's definitely some core work like a plank. And then find somewhere in the middle. We hold that as best we can as we bend and press. Here is where we want to collapse those shoulders. We stay stable. Inhale and exhale. Just two more. No protraction at the top either. Good, relax down. Now you might have more range than me. I definitely want to work on mine a little bit more. But remember, build up to it, find your stability first, then challenge. That's the way we're gonna work those muscles the best. So that was one way I wanted to kind of focus on our shoulders. Second way, go ahead and just come to sitting again. Again, however's comfortable. And I'm gonna do a little trick to find good shoulder placement for any arm work, bicep curls, shoulder presses, anything like that that you may be doing. If we're working in a neutral place, it's going to be a lot better for our joints as well as our muscles. So here's a little trick I like. What you're going to do is you're going to place your hands on your head. From here, you're shrugging your shoulders. Don't do like a massive shrug, just a little lift, little elevation, right? Now from here, slide your elbows back a little, drop your shoulders, and arms come down by your sides. Hopefully you feel maybe a little more open in front, a tiny bit more connected in the back. Just relax that. See, the second I relaxed it, my shoulders went down and a little forward. Maybe you felt the same, maybe you didn't. But let's do it again so we maybe feel the difference now. So, hands on my head. Shrug the shoulders just a little. Elbows go back, shoulders down, arms down. So this is a great way to find a neutral place in your shoulders to then work. If you're working on the reformer, or if you've watched some other videos in our photo library, we've got one working with a band and doing some side arm movement. I'm going to mimic that movement. I don't have the band today, but we've got a video with the band, and we do this on the reformer a lot, if you practice on the reformer at all. So I am still in that good placement that we just put ourselves in, right? From here, you're going to rotate in and rotate out, right? Now, this movement does not feel very challenging without that resistance band and without the strap with the reformer, but it's a good way to just feel, without any tension, that your shoulder is staying stable, right? We're getting into our rotator cuff. You know, we could bring it across, still keeping that. We don't want to let it drop forward or, yeah, pulling forward. I'm still in that good shoulder placement. Very nice, okay. And we can do the same thing, pulling away with the other side. Of course, it depends on where your tension is coming from, what we're gonna feel. Out and in. Good. Okay, so pretty simple here, but if we apply that feeling, yeah, hands on head, shrugging shoulders, elbows back, shoulders down. If we apply this feeling here to that movement in our other videos or on our reformer, we're gonna work more efficiently. Hopefully we're not gonna feel that pinching and that popping that maybe sometimes we start to feel in our shoulder joints as we're moving. So just a quick recap. Shoulders, super stable, protraction, retraction, elevation, depression. Yeah, so much movement. So we do have to find good stability so that we're not moving in a harmful place for our shoulder. Give those things some practice. Those push-ups are awesome to practice so we know we're getting our stability. Hopefully you'll join in for our next video on the shoulders and all of our other principles as well. Have a good day.